Hi. Okay. Good evening, guys. Welcome to our preview of the UEFA Champions League final between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern. Good evening, Angel. How are you?
Hello, good evening, Sam. I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm good as well. Charles. Good evening, Charles. It seems Charles is having issues with network. Good evening, Charles. I can hear you. No, you're muted. I think you should unmute. And start your video as well.
Okay, yeah. Can I see me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Angel, you can see Charles, right?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me ask Angel. It's a tie where PSG are seeking their first UEFA Champions League title. It's their first final as well. While Bayern, their pedigree is already up there as 5-time winners. But Bayern come into these encounters as the clear favorite. While PSG are coming in, there'll be a lot of pressure on them as to their project. So I want to ask you, who's the pressure on in this tie? Is it Bayern as the favorite? Because it would be, will you be surprised if PSG go on to win? Because Bayern are the clear favorite. Charles has already said that only Atletico can stop Bayern. And Atletico are out of the way. So will Bayern be under pressure? And if they will be under pressure, will it be as much as that of PSG? Because PSG are looking to see the success of their project. These are two sides that domestic success has become commonplace for them. So the test of their success is as to how they do in Europe. So who is the pressure on in this picture?
I think the pressure will be on both teams, but mostly on Bayern, because once you're declared favorites, the pressure automatically comes on you. I think PSG so far, I know they had a project so far. What they had wanted since changing coaches here and there is just to have that stance in Europe and maybe to win the UEFA Champions League. But I think that they never saw themselves getting, no matter how they want to play it out, I don't think Thomas Tuchel saw himself getting to this particular stage, the UEFA Champions League final. So already, for me, that's already a victory on their part, whether or not they go on to win it. So I think what he would just tell the guys to do is to just relax, don't be under any pressure, play what you can, and then let's see how it takes us. But I think Bayern Munich will also have at the back of their mind what happened in 2013, what happened in 2012, I beg your pardon, against Chelsea when they met Chelsea in the final. They were obviously declared favorites for that one, and they looked like they were going to take it home before the surprising turnaround. So they will have that at the back of their mind that anything can happen. I mean, it's a final. Let's not forget that this PSG team will also have at the back of their mind that they've never also beat the Champions League final before. This is the first time that they are doing so. And this is the first time in 25 years that they're even getting to the semi-finals. So we might say that it's different crop of players right now, younger players, a more vibrant team. We have the trio back. We have Neymar. We have Kylian Mbappe, who is fit to play. You also have Angel Di Maria, who came back from suspension in the last game against Lyon. So the team is looking, really, really compact. You have Marco Verratti as well. You have Paredes, who came in the last match. Idrissa Gana Gueye can also come in and make the difference for the team. So the team is looking really, really solid in all angles. But against Bayern, it will be really, really difficult. Like Charles said, well, the Atletico Madrid, according to Charles, look like the team that could stop them. I think, Sam, you also mentioned that when we had a discussion the last time, that could go either Bayern's way or Manchester City or Atletico Madrid, but we didn't see that happen. And another thing that we have to look at is the players that the teams that these particular teams have met so far. I mean, PSG has had an easier run. They met Borussia Dortmund in the last 16 ties. They had a victory against Atalanta. Then from Atlanta, they went on to meet RB Leipzig. So it's been more of an easy run for them, I would say. A very, very easy run for them. Unlike Bayern Munich, who finished at the top of their Group B. They finished without dropping a point in the group. This is the Bayern Munich side also that went on to demolish Barcelona 8-2. They also met a tougher test in Chelsea before they even met Barcelona. They met Chelsea. And also, I thought that was going to be a very difficult encounter for them, but they pushed past Chelsea and then went on to meet Barcelona, did the same thing. And with Lyon, that we thought that with their defensive style of play and counter-attacking football, they'll be able to do, at least put some resistance. We just saw them, get away with the victory there. So this is also a team, Sam, let's not forget that they haven't lost a game since December last year. I think December 7th when they played against Borussia Mönchengladbach. So it would be a tall order for Thomas Tuchel to think that his men will be able to just easily cruise past Bayern Munich. It would be a tough call, like I said, but I think that at the end of the day, more of the pressure will be on Bayern Munich rather than Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay, I don't agree with Angel as to who the pressure will be on, but let me hear Charles' thoughts about that.
Okay, as to press, I think I will go with Angel. I think Bayern Munich, right? And playing as right is not usually a good thing. I played out in the 2012 final against Chelsea when they were playing at home and they were declared favourites and they ended up losing it. And the fact that they are playing in their 11th UEFA Champions League final compared to PSG's one shows that if they come out victorious, nobody will be really surprised. The only surprising result will be PSG defeats them. So I think there will be a little bit of pressure on Bayern Munich because both teams are actually going for the ultimate. Both teams have won 2 trophies already this season, and anybody that comes out victorious on Sunday would have won the treble. So I believe the pressure is more on Bayern than on PSG. Though PSG too would think this is like their only opportunity, because I believe if they lose this final on Sunday, maybe the likes of Neymar and Mbappe will be finding how to leave the club for maybe Real Madrid or Barcelona or a bigger thing. So I think the pressure is most likely on Bayern.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Charles. I was thinking that the PSG project has been on for a while, and the test of the project has always been their success in Europe. And there's been a lot of talk. Jose Mourinho has come out to say that regardless of what happens on Sunday, the PSG project has been a failure because it's taking them so much time to get here. And so I was thinking that there will be a lot of pressure on them.
And Jose Mourinho is one to talk. And Mourinho shouldn't be he's not even in the position to even comment on anything of the sorts. We could say he has won 2 Champions League, but I think a team and a coach is as good as their last game. And right now Mourinho shouldn't even be making any statements in Europe. Maybe for past glory, yeah. But presently, I understand his point. I understand his argument, of course, and the money that was spent to bring Neymar from the Camp Nou to the Parc des Princes. I understand the amount that was paid to get Kylian Mbappe from Monaco to Paris Saint-Germain as well. There's been a lot of money gone into that project. Angel Di Maria joining the team as well. There's been so much money spent in the entire team. More like an overhaul of the system. And we've seen coaches try over and over again to do it. We haven't really, hit the mark with that particular team. But
Angel,
I think Thomas Tuchel has done a fine job.
Let me ask you. I want to ask you, how much of a disadvantage do you think PSG's first appearance in the UEFA Champions League final will be to them on Sunday? Because actually, Bayern have won 5 Champions League titles, and they only won 1 title, and that was their last against Borussia Dortmund, against the side that has won the Champions League before. All other titles, including those they won while it was the European Cup, were won against sides that had not tasted victory. They won against Leeds United. They won against who were making their first appearance in the final in 1975. They won against Saint Etienne. They won against Valencia. They won against Valencia. Then they played against Chelsea in the final. Of course, they lost that. That was the only one they've lost to a newcomer to the final. So they have a record of winning against some of a team that is just making its debut in the UEFA Champions League final. Do you think PSG will be disadvantaged going into that fixture, and then with the experience that Bayern will be bringing in?
Well, when we talk about experience, these are not the same players that won the last one that they won in 2015. These are new sets of players. So what experience are we talking about? So it's an even playing ground. I think they're just going to have at the back of their mind that we have done it before, or our predecessors have done it before. So this is something that is achievable. You understand? But Paris Saint-Germain, on the other hand, also have at the back of their mind. But that is one thing that they will try to, erase from their mind, that it doesn't matter. These are not the same crop of players. And even if they are, I mean, they're even older now. We should be faster than them, and we should be coming in with more vibrancy than they actually have. I feel at the end of the day, it's not going to be an issue of history. The history is not going to play much of a role. I think it's just going to be what applies in the present right now that is going to matter. The players on the pitch and their ability, the tactical prowess of the coaches, and their ability to carry out what they have planned, carry out their plan to the latter, and make any tactical changes that need to be made to match whatever the other team is bringing to the table. I think that's what is going to be key at the end of the day. And also, if they can stand up and do it, I mean, the world is looking at him right now. In the last 2 games, he looked like he's the one who's been carrying Paris Saint-Germain on his shoulder, when Kylian Mbappe just beginning to find his form. So this is the time where we begin to ask the big questions, because that is one thing that stands you out as a great player. We've seen it with Cristiano Ronaldo in other teams. You could say with Real Madrid, it's not the same thing as Paris Saint-Germain, but we're talking about a team that also has quality players, so to say. And this is where you begin to look at, can Neymar make the difference for his team? But then he's also facing a Bayern team that has players that can do you damage in every angle, in every part of the field. They can press you. So I'm waiting to see how the triumvirate of Bayern fare against that of Paris Saint-Germain. At the end of the day, both teams are very attacking-minded team. I'll wait to see if PSG pressing forward with the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Angel Di Maria, and also Neymar will leave spaces. They play attacking football. If they could leave spaces at the back that Bayern could throw the long balls and exploit them with, or the pace of Davis for the defenders could run them down. I wait to see Thiago Silva, so to say, has been a fantastic one for Paris Saint-Germain over the years. I wait to see how he's going to fare against a Bayern side that is firing on all cylinders. I also wait to see how Jerome Boateng is also going to fare against Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, and all of that, knowing that he also suffered a knock in the last game. But Nicolas Sula came to replace him, but we hear that he's going to be fit to start the final. I wait to see how the defenses are going to fare against the attackers of these various sides. How Thiago Silva is going to fare against Robert Lewandowski, how he's going to fare against Thomas Muller, against Davis on the wings as well, who has the ability to cut in and run in at defenders. So these are, and also we're talking about Joshua Kimmich too on the right-hand side. It's going to be a very tricky encounter, Sam, like I said, and history is not going to play so much. It's just, at the end of the day, maybe before they come onto the pitch, it could play on the psychology. But on the pitch, what we're talking about is present players who can come in and deliver the goods at the end of the day. One goal is enough to seal the victory. We saw against Borussia Dortmund, even the one that we're talking about, Bayern winning in 2013, it wasn't an easy ask for them. It was a very, very difficult game for them. Ian Robben just managed, I said manage, I repeat, managed to secure that goal. It was an easy goal that no one saw coming. Easy, not in the creation, but in the finishing. It was a very, 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 very slim and very tall order for them. But at the end of the day, that one goal was able to seal the victory. So I won't be surprised if this game eventually is decided by a 1-goal margin at the end of the day.
Okay, thank you, Angel. You spoke about history and how it won't play a part, and then you also spoke about the fact that maybe before the game, on the mental side, it could the Bayern having knowing that they've won it in the past could give them some sort of edge. So I'll ask Charles, because PSG have in their ranks players that have actually tasted Champions League triumph. We have Angel Di Maria, you have Neymar, you have Keylor Navas, who we don't know if he's going to be fit enough to make the final, but he was fantastic at Real Madrid. How key will this set of players be in the PSG side?
I think on the mental side, it will be essential to explaining to the other players what it means to play in the UEFA Champions League final. a new experience for some of them. Like Thiago Silva, this is his first ever Champions League final will be playing, and it will be 36, I think, by next month. So I believe the added advantage of having the likes of fast winners in your team will go a long way in psyching you up as to the way and the manner to approach the game. It will not be like a very new terrain for the entire team. You already have those that tasted this in UEFA Champions League who will be able to tell them that this is what it takes to do it. And same applies to the Bayern team. The players from the 2013 squad that won it, I'm not sure they're even up to four. I think Manomelia, Boateng, Mula. Yeah, I think those are like the three guys still there. Maybe Thiago that won it with Barca but never played. So I think it's an even affair. Like Angel said, those that played in the past have played in the past. History might just weigh on the players that are playing for the club that has won it more than once and all that.
But I thought you believe in the Champions League DNA.
So it's there. Like,
because you always say it about Milan, that Milan has some DNA or something.
Yeah, it plays a role. Like, the way it's happening with Sevilla and Inter right now, Sevilla is using their Europa League experience and are leading 3-2. That one is there. But to an extent, it only plays a major role when you have majority of the guys that face victory coming up again to play for you. So I think it will really be an even affair. I would like to see the tactical aspect of that game, and I believe the likes of Di Maria enjoyed playing in Portugal. You recall his exceptional display in the 2014 final.
In Lisbon.
And then, yes, in Lisbon. And then the last game where he was man of the match against Leipzig. So I believe it will be key and crucial for PSG on Sunday. And if it turns up...
Okay, Charles. Talking about tactics, how should PSG approach this game?
Talking from a tactical point of view, the only person I want to come in, I think if Verratti is ready, Tuchel to bring Verratti in to the mix, and Icardi to still remain on the bench. My only alteration would be Verratti coming in for maybe Herrera or Paredes, and I will stick with the 4-3-3, the setup. The reason why I want Verratti back is because of the fact that I'll be able to hold on to the ball. In games like this, you need people that will be able to not to be afraid of approaching the ball and being able to move it around. And with Bayern's high line play, Verratti will be able to send balls more often to Neymar, Mbappe, or Di Maria. That will be crucial for them. So Verratti will only be the person I will bring in to the midfield to calm things down. The defense line is okay. Marquinhos will be there to intercept any play that Bayern will bring forward. And I think Verratti will only be the person I'll bring in, while the others, I will just leave the setup that way.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Charles. Angel, you spoke about the attacking prowess of these two teams, which, they are both known for. But ironically, in this season's Champions League, this final, we have the team with the best attacking record against the team with the best defensive record. Because PSG have kept 7 clean sheets in their 10 match, and they've conceded just 5, which is very on PSG, like if I may use that word. So, how much work would you say Thomas Tuchel has been able to achieve in terms of defensive organization? And is it a sham, or will it be key for them when they face a Bayern side that has scored 42 goals? Like they've averaged at least 4 goals in every game in this season's Champions League, and they face the likes of Tottenham, they face the likes of Chelsea, Barca, and they've got a lot of goals, against those sides.
First of all, I think Thomas Tuchel has done a fine job, not just the defense and the entire team. He has done a fine job. Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, they have all been exceptional. Kimpembe, those guys have been remarkable. But you begin to ask yourself that what teams have they really faced? What teams have they faced so far in the tournament? We're talking about, like I mentioned before, I think the toughest test so far has been Borussia Dortmund, in my opinion.
But they had Real Madrid in their group.
Yes, that was in the groups. I mean, that was at the latter stages or at the beginning stages of the competition. At the beginning stages, when things resumed, that we got to see. We got to see round of 16, the quarterfinal stages. Which tough opposition have they really faced so far? They haven't really played, because we know that at the group stages. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That they're lucky.
You play who is in front of you.
Yes, I'm not saying they shouldn't play who is in front of them, but I'm saying that when you look at the teams that they have met, you begin to check the attacking price of those teams. You understand? Will they have fared that way if they have met a Barcelona? Will they have fared that way if they have met a Manchester City? You begin to ask yourself those kind of questions. You understand? So when you look at the teams that they have met, are they teams that have really tested their defense? That is the question that we begin to ask. If they have met Bayern earlier in the competition, will they have been where they are? So for me, this is the biggest test that they are going to face. Irrespective of whether it's a final or not, this is the biggest test. This is the team that has the highest attack that they are going to face, an attacking team that they're going to face. So how they fare against this team will let us know how well the team has done in terms of their defense.
Okay, so it's the ultimate test then. So it's only a matter of time. So we know on Sunday how they're going to fare against PSG, against Bayern. And Bayern have actually shown, Charles, that they can be vulnerable at the back. Even in their game against Lyon, there were so many chances early on, and which could have changed the complexion of that tie. So how would you set up in attack? And what would you tell, if you were Thomas Tuchel, what would you tell your attackers as to how to approach the Bayern defense, with the possibility that Niklas Süle, who hasn't started a competitive game in 10 months, might be in that defense if Boateng is not fit? And what would be your style going forward? Would you drop back, concede possession to Bayern and eat them on the break, or would you take the game to them?
I think I'll take the game to them. PSG has shown, at least for the past 2 seasons, this season they have actually shown that they can play the game. I was really impressed with them in their game against Atlanta, because even after falling behind, they were in control of that game, and it would have really been unfair if they crashed out. They have been able to show that they can also retain the ball. A lot of people have spoken about the fact that Flick might not change his setup, because people are thinking that maybe if he move his back line 10 meters behind. But if they keep playing that high line, I believe PSG should take the game to them. PSG has sharp attackers, spacey attackers, and like we saw against Lyon, even Davis with his pace, there are times he could not meet up with the Lyon attackers. If not for the fact that Lyon were very wasteful in front of goal. At least Lyon also have even taken the lead before Bayern scored. So the fact remains that from the way Bayern has played, especially against Barca and against Lyon, it shows that the opponents will always have opportunities. So it now depends on how best PSG can take this. We have seen Neymar miss some very good chances in their last 2 games. Against Atlanta, he missed about 2. Against Leipzig, he also missed some. So it will depend entirely on how PSG are able to take the chances that will come their way, because I believe they will see a lot of chances with the way Bayern plays. So to me, I believe PSG should take the game to Bayern. They have the personnel. And if you pair the players one-on-one, you'll be surprised as to how best PSG will be able to match this Bayern team. It's just that Bayern is playing so well on a high level, but individually, you can't really say they have the best team on an individual level. So I believe PSG has the personnel to take the game to Bayern. And if I'm Thomas Tuchel, I will take the game to Bayern. The best way to do that is to always ensure that you retrieve the ball and move it as best as possible, and then put in the through ball for the likes of Mbappe to chase down and maybe give the killer blow against them.
Okay, thank you very much. Talking about okay, I think Charles has issues with lighting. Angel, quickly talking about having a team of great individuals that can match Bayern's. Briefly, can you just tell me, if you were to pick a combined 11, from these two sides. Without explanation, just give me the setup and your 11.
Okay, if I'm going to start from the back, I'll go with Mananor.
What's your setup? Are you playing a 4-3-3 or 3-4-3 or a 4-2-3-1?
That would be a taller. I think I'll go with the 4-3-3.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm interested in your front three, but I'll listen.
I was going to think of who. Okay. I know you're very interested in my front three. I'll use a Manuel, like I said, and then on the right, if Pavad is fit, of course, I will use him on the right. Oh,
Okay.
Joshua Kimmich. How am I going to use on the right?
Kimmich. I don't know.
I'm thinking of Kimmich. I would like to play him in that position. Man, this team, I'm confused as to who to use because the two teams boast quality players. On the left, I would use Alaba as my left back.
Oh, okay.
I'll use Alaba as my left back.
When he hasn't been playing left back this season.
Well, I know he has also been, but that is his main position.
Okay,
if you're talking about his original position, that is his original position.
Look,
or you're talking about his pace. You can interject. No, because at the end of the day, you can interject.
No, I just want you to run through it. I don't want to. Maybe we can talk about it afterwards. Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay, and then for my defense, I'm going to use Thiago Silva, of course, if he's fit. I'm going to use a Thiago Silva and Marquinhos. I think. Let me see. Jerome Boateng. These two players play, right? So it's really tricky how to use them. But I'll use them either ways. Then for my midfield, I'm a Marco Verratti fan, so you can't even tell me anything. So I'm going to put Marco Verratti there, and I'm going to put Davis on the left so that he can run forward. And on my right, who do I put? Looking for a very defensive player. I don't know why nobody's talking about Idrissa Gana Gueye. But okay, let's say a 4-1-2.
So is Angel leaving out Angel Di Maria?
Please, I'm going to get Angel Di Maria. That's why I say that this team is really confusing for me. It's really confusing because we have crop of players who can do you damage on an angle. Because see, I'm even thinking.
Angel, should I give you like some 2 minutes so I take because Charles must have been thinking about Charles must have been thinking about his own. So I come back.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Because I'm thinking of how to use my forwards.
Charles,
there are lots of attacking players.
Your combined 11. Tell me the shape you want to adopt, and then how you're going to play it.
It's actually very tricky. I will go with the 4-2-3-1 setup.
Okay.
So at the back, I will have Philip, Thiago Silva.
Who is in goal?
Alaba. Manuel will be in goal.
Okay.
So right back, I will have Kimmich. Left back, I will have David. Then the center back pairings, I have Thiago Silva and David Alaba. Then the midfield two, I will have Marquinhos and Verratti.
Okay.
Then just in front of them, I will have Neymar.
Okay.
On the left, I'll have Gnabry.
Okay.
On the right, I'll have Mbappe. And in the middle, I'll have Lewandowski. It was difficult leaving up Di Maria, but with the form Gnabry has been this season, I just have to find a way to put him in there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, I'll never leave out Thomas.
Yeah,
it's fine. I just think he's a very intelligent player, but so okay, so
I think I'm fine with my setup anyway.
Okay, so Angel, your setup.
I still maintain where I stopped, so I'm just gonna leave out. I'm gonna leave Di Maria in the team. Then forward, that's where my issue lies because Mbappe is a very fantastic player, but he and Gnabry can also play in the same position. I will leave out Mbappe; he's not really fit. I'm going to go with the Gnabry. I'm going to put Neymar on the left hand side, put Mbappe on the right hand side, and I will leave. How do I leave out Thomas Muller? Oh my gosh! but I have to leave him out. So to say I have to leave him out and put Lewandowski in the middle. Then maybe later on I can bring him to play top 9. But I think he fares better when he plays as a supporting striker than a top 9. But that's the way I've set up my team.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great then.
Yeah.
Should I tell you mine?
He's angry that we both left out Muller.
Yes.
Okay, mine. I'll play Manuel Neuer and go. Kimmich. Okay. Let me start with my setup. I'll play 4-3-3.
Okay.
Okay, no, I'll play 4-2-3-1.
I
just remember that there's no way I can fit Thomas Muller into
yeah. If it's 4-3-3, you can't fit him in unless you play. Unless you play 4-2-3-1.
No. I won't play him from the right because I'll lose the pace. So
yes.
Yeah, so I'll play 4-2-3-1, and I'll play the same back line as Charles is playing. I'll play Neuer and goal. I'll play Kimmich. I'll play Thiago Silva, Alaba, Davis. Then in midfield, I'm going to play Verratti. And I'll play with Marquinhos. Then I'll play Neymar, Mola, Mbappe, Levy. I'm sorry to leave out Gnabry. I'm really sorry, but I'll make that decision. So
the more important for them anyway. Both of them are closer to the Bayern team this season.
Yeah. So okay. Let me just ask: how have you seen the single leg format? Did you think there should be consideration as to retaining it, or you would want to see a reversion to the double leg format?
I think UEFA said this would be the only season they will play it anyway, but I actually enjoyed it and I won't mind if they retain it. So no second chances. It's really fun. The pressure is higher and it's anybody's game. It's not a question of home. I'm sure if it was home and maybe Atletico would have woken up in the second leg to not class it out, or Man City too would have woken up against Lyon. So I actually enjoy the high pressure and the fact that there are no second chances. You give your best on the one leg after. So I've actually been fascinating and actually wish the UEFA can retain it for the future, but like they have said, it is not a possibility. So, but I've enjoyed it all fine. The tempo has been so high and the size that you can't point out a game that was so uninteresting. No, all the games have been fantastic, and I believe we are going to see a very good UEFA Champions League final. Maybe the very best in the last 20 years. Never can tell.
Yeah, I agree that the single leg format has been very interesting because you see sides come out because they know it's these 90 minutes. There's no second chance somewhere. It's either you go for it now or or nothing. So it's been good.
Personally, I don't like it.
But if you look at it commercially, it's not the best because the cost is on UEFA to maintain this stadia that are being used, and then fan in terms of even if it's retained and fans are able to attend, there will also be a cap on revenue for the clubs. So it's commercially it's not the best option, but it's good tempo wise. So, but I don't know what Angel feels.
Well, I agree with you. I also agree with what Charles has said to an extent about the tempo and all of that. And I also agree with you what you said too regarding the commercial aspect. But personally, I want to see the two legs back because
yeah, and I think
apart from the commercial aspect, I think I missed the whole thing of you playing at home and then you saying, "Oh, let them not score." This is my home, and then you go to that place. You're thinking about overturning the deficit when that team comes over to your home, and then we are calculating the goal difference, away goals. I miss all of that permutation. Maybe because I'm a proper Nigerian and I love permutation.
So you miss corner taking quickly.
Oh yeah. So it's
Roma have risen from their range.
Yeah, you know. Or when we hear Peter Drury come out and say, and it's the man, Costas Minolas, that has come from the ancient part of Greece and conquered the 7 hills of Rome and rendered Barca to reach. So I don't know. So that overturning of the deficit, where you think that, this team has it on the wrap, the Barcelona that has it 3-0, and then that is just I don't know. I missed that, and I would love it to come back.
Oh, okay. So, do you see Lewandowski, like someone smaller has said, now calls him. Today is his birthday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, do you see him adding to his 15-goal tally? It's an incredible feat, considering that we don't even have the double leg. The number of games that he has played. Cristiano was able to get 17, which is the record, but the double legs were available then. But now,
but I mean, he missed a lot. I think he played just 10 games.
But so it's incredible anyway. So do you see him adding to his goal tally on Sunday?
There's a possibility. Me personally, I see both teams scoring anyway on Sunday. It just will not depend on the number of goals that will go in. So I think if he gets his chances, he will score. My mind wants Thiago Silva to keep a clean sheet, but Muller will get his chances and he will most likely score for Bayern.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Before I go to the prediction, I just want us to point out that Mbappe might be in line to clinch another record, because he might become the youngest player ever to be World Cup champion and also win the Champions League. He's just 21, and that will be an incredible feat,
Wow.
And he will be there as a major player, as having taken a key role in the two teams, because he has the record of being the youngest player to score in the World Cup final as a teenager, and he shares that record as a teenager. He shares it with Pele, scoring the World Cup final. Pele did the same thing. So he has and he might be achieving these feats at the age of 21. How incredible do you think that will be for him, and how will he help his career going forward? Because he can play in any game. Can play because he has played in the World Cup final. He's going to play in Champions League final, so he can play in any game, any caliber. And going forward, he will be able to deal with this kind of. How incredible will it be for him for his career if he's able to achieve this?
I think one thing that we fail to. Okay, go ahead.
Angel.
Oh, go on.
Okay. I think one thing that we fail to people forget is how young Mbappe is. He seems like he's been there forever, because he hit the ground running with Monaco, and we forget how young this young man is. At the World Cup, who would have believed that the way he played, you wouldn't even believe that he's a teenager. We see at his age, his mates are still playing in the youth side of the club, maybe in the under-23 team or something of the sort. But we are seeing him playing at this high level like it's no man's business, and with so much professionalism and with so much, so much charisma, so much poise and so ease, and the experience that he brings to the field. You would think that he's an old hand. So I think this would be a remarkable one for him. For me personally, I think nothing beats the World Cup, what you achieve on the world stage, but also in Europe. This is a remarkable feat for him. I would even love him to score a goal. To be honest, I would love for him to, if there's a goal in that particular one for PSG, I would love it to be from Mbappe. But it's a good one for him going forward. The achievements that he has achieved, Sam, you just mentioned a few. This man has broken a lot of records, and there are certain accolades that are attached to his name. I would want to see him go far in his career, and I know that this will be like a stepping stone to greater things. But my concern is, I just hope that it's not a flash. Personally, I feel that Neymar, maybe not on the same level as Mbappe, but I think that Neymar was also one of those players of Mario Götze. We saw them, hit the ground running at a very early age, and then later on they fizzled out before they even got to their late 20s. I hope that doesn't be the case of Mbappe, but if he keeps going the way that he has started right now in his late 20s, I think he might even break some of the records that Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi has set, maybe in terms of Ballon d'Or wins. I'm not talking in terms of the goals, but in terms of maybe Ballon d'Or. Because at that point, you begin look who is going to, unless somebody springs up from nowhere and begin to give him a run for his money, this young man looks like he's going to do incredible things in the future.
Oh, okay. Okay, Charles, you agree? Because it's an incredible one.
He's a fantastic footballer, and the record will be another advantage for him on Sunday. He'll be so motivated to play. The young man that has done incredibly well. Well, you remember how he took the Monaco side to the Champions League semi-finals, and they were just a step away. So this time he has been able to go one further to the final, and I believe with his pace and his abilities, a man full of confidence for his age. I can't remember the last person I saw playing so well was when Verratti was 17, 19, and was playing as if he was 24 already. That was the last person I really saw that hit the ground running at a very early stage. But Mbappe has taken it to a whole new level with his goal scoring ability, his assist creation, and all that. So I agree with Angel that in years to come, if someone does not step up, he might just be racking on the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the year in year out. The fantastic footballer.
Yeah.
And I hope to see one in Milan. Maybe when we have the financial muscle, we can take him away from PSG.
I just hope he doesn't have issues with injuries, because we've had players who were fantastic. We had Michael Owen, we had who started really well, and because Mbappe's game is really enhanced by the pace he possesses, and injuries could really take that away from you, and you become a completely different player. So hopefully you would have a big career ahead. So let me ask Charles. Let me start with you as to the prediction. So we've spoken a lot.
Because my heart is saying PSG, but my head is saying Bayern.
Okay, so
I believe if
choose
PSG
one.
takes that, if PSG takes that, I know I love most of the players in PSG, and I would really love them to have a taste of European glory. But I'll go with 2-1 to Bayern.
Oh, okay. Angel.
2-1 Bayern.
Oh, okay. So there's no point. There's no point me giving a prediction, because you guys are going to, I can't overrule you guys. I can't cast.
No, but you can just
there's no
say
casting,
what you think.
There's no casting votes or whatever. So really tough actually. Really tough to call. And I won't mind wanting PSG to, like, I would want them to win the Champions League, because they could this opportunity might not roll around for a very long time. So, but I think
personally, I don't want them to. Maybe because of Neymar, I don't want Neymar to win. That's just it.
But I think Bayern will win as well. I'm not going to put a scoreline to it, but I think that. So, but it'd be very surprising if we're all here, football experts, right? And PSG just, but it'd be very interesting to see anyway.
Oh, I would actually love them to take the game to Bayern, to be honest. We need to see. The past 2 times when the finals have not been up to scratch, either one-sided or not really fascinating like we love to. So I would love to see both sides coming to the party, let them play to the best of their ability, and PSG will see chances. That one is for certain. They do not press as high as Bayern. That gives them the advantage in the sense that their defenders will be able to recover as quickly as possible, while Bayern will need to find a way to curtail the front three, because I know Tuchel will most likely leave Icardi on the bench and start with the front three that started against Leipzig. So it will be fascinating how Manuel Neuer will be called to action a lot, because with that high line press, I don't see any way where PSG will not have at least 4 to 5 good chances that they will be able to utilize. If they waste it there, it is at their own peril. So we look forward to a fantastic game of football, and may the best side win.
Yeah, that's it. So I want to say thank you very much, to you guys for joining us today, and hopefully we'll be able to share maybe we'll be able to share the experience of watching Champions League final together. But let's see how it goes. Thank you very much. So enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.